Page 30, At the Junior Prom. It's a waltz. It is a bit of a challenge, so let's talk about some things. Look it over, it's 2 pages long. Treble and bass clef, 1 flat in the key signature. We're in the key of F major. Make sure you can do the F major scale, at least 1 octave up and down. 3/4 time signature, and we're coming in on a pickup beat. So we're coming in on beat 3. The first 2 beats are at the end, at the bottom of page 31. Let's take it one hand at a time, make sure we understand what each hand is doing. And when I first learn it, I try and connect everything if I can with the fingers. You can't always, but you do the best. There's 3 and 1. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and... That's tied, then go on. 1 and 2. And then the B natural. And then the second line, now it's the thumb. 1 and 2. So don't see a lot going on there. At the last measure on page 30, you're ending here. During the rest, you got to come back down here to do it again. The last line on page 31, we're here. The thumb, scrunch up, reach out, and then on these, you'll do the A and the F. And the left hand does the next one. That's what the LH is for. And then you'll come up here for the A and the F here, except it has an 8 VA above it. You got to go up here. So you're 1 and 2 and 3 and up here. Left hand, well, this is the tricky part because you're going crazy in the left hand. So good luck with this. It's here and then a treble clef. You're up here. You can use 1 and 3. I usually use 2 and 4. Just use some fingers. And then bass clef, treble clef, bass clef, treble clef. Don't forget the B flat, it's in the key signature. This is what we're doing in the left hand. They're just going nuts. You're going to love it. I know you are. Let's go to the bottom of page 31. The last line, you're here. Rest. And then it's a 1 and rest, and then you got to come up and do the A and the F for the left hand, the third beat. Yeah. So we put the hands together. Well, you're just trying to get an idea of who's going where when. Ugh. So fortunately, the right hand's staying pretty much where it is. So it's here, and then hold that down, and as you play the third beat, you lift up with the left hand. And that's basically the piece. All the way through it does this. You just have to kind of work it out. Let's look at the last line on page 30. We're here. Now this one you do need the one here because I want to connect these. So 1 and 3 here. So it's here. Just get the right hand, stretch it up a little bit out of the way. So it's... I get the right hand back out of the way. Since this has to play a black key, I let it be on top. The hands are on top of each other, sort of. And then you come down. And the last line on page 31, we're here. Make those eighth notes even. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Here, even. Don't take it my speed. You go through and get the hands together and work on the tricky spots, probably the whole thing, and get rid of any hesitations. Picture people dancing to this, waltzing to this. You don't want to be hesitating. It messes them up. No hesitations. And then we'll think about the articulation. And here it's pretty connected. Then lift up. Lift up. Lift up. So I'm lifting up between the phrasing. The curved lines they have are slurs. You just connect the notes. You don't necessarily lift up. And the left hand is just playing the notes. Good luck with that. Just play the notes. And you notice at the beginning, between the stabs, it has a P for soft, piano soft. And legato. Legato means connect the notes. I already told you, that's your articulation. That's connecting the notes. The piano, the soft, is the melody. This has to be very soft. Well, good luck with that, because you're moving around. May take some practice. And you stay soft until around page 31, second line. You get the hairpin to go up. Here, you're soft. Second line on page 31. A little soft. Come up to moderately loud here. And this left hand's still very soft. Then come back down. And you're staying soft. It's gentle. So you just kind of come up for that one little bit. As far as the speed goes, keep it smooth and even. That's the important thing. It's not faster, it's just smooth. At the bottom of page 30, next to the last measure you see a poco rit. Poco means a little. Retardando, rit. Slow down a little. Just. And then the a tempo at the end, that means resume the speed you were going before you slowed down, or whatever, change it. So the last line on page 30, you're here. Just slow down, bottom, and then take off again. And at the bottom of page 31, you have a dim at the next. That means gradually get softer, so you get your softer, very soft. The piece actually ended with the quarter note here. That ended the piece. This other is an afterthought, and it needs to sound like an afterthought. It's not. It's got to sound like a. Don't make it sound like melody. It's background. And of course, they've added pedal. We have to have pedal on this because it's too choppy. We want to smooth this out, but I want to adjust the pedal just a little bit. I usually do adjust the pedal just a little bit. Pedaling is part of interpreting the music. You have to experiment. What do you like? Just automatically pedal everything. Don't just automatically follow what the book says. That was how this person felt it should be interpreted. And I found in a lot of the method books I'm covering that the people leave the pedaling fairly simple. The problem with that is you end up hearing a lot of junk because it's simple. And you get used to hearing the junk. And I don't want you to get used to it. So I'm going to adjust the pedaling a little bit. Now again, I'm going to push the notes down first and then the pedal. The idea is I want to start the sound before I release the overtones. So we let it grow out a little bit. It's just immediately after. And they have you changing pedal. Changing pedals when you lift it up and right back down. They have you changing pedal here. That's too blurry for me. I don't want all that. So what I'm going to suggest you do is we lift the pedal up on beat 3. We just pedal the first 2 beats of a measure. When the left hand comes up, let the pedal come up with it. This way it cleans it out. Here. I tend to want to slow down at the end. It's up to you. It's interpretation. It's up to you on how you're going to do all that. Try and get into it and feel this, though, if you can keep the left hand under control. Now, the pedaling, sometimes I had to pedal it through a little more. Sometimes, like at the bottom of page 30, the last two measures here. It's better not to pedal those, and then you can pedal it here. Then lift up together. And I want to hear the phrasing, so lift the pedal up so I can hear the phrasing. Now, at the end of the third line on page 31, you see the fermatas there? It's the quarter note. I'm going to hold that. You just hold it out a little longer, whatever you feel right. And then play with me, I'm going to hold it for 2 counts instead of 1. So 1, 2, hold, and then go on. I got to stay with the metronome, so I have to hold it a certain number of beats. Let's play this together very slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'm going to pedal it like I suggested. I'll give us 2 counts. Ready, and go, and.